This is it. The one you've been waiting for. And it only took me 14 years to convince my dear, lovely wife, Jennifer Moons. I have to do the official welcome to the show.
Do I get my hand kissed?
Sure, would you like? Mwah. See, they're already all going, I don't kiss all my guests like that.
No, I know.
Just so you know. This is, there's several reasons I wanted to have you on this show. Number one is I think people just love Jenny Moons. Right?
It's not Jenny. It's Jenny Moons.
It's Jenny Moons. Well, to me, are Jenny Moons, right?
Yeah.
And a few others, but and I get comments all the time. When a lady come up to me the other day and said, "And how's Jennifer?" And like they don't even want to talk to me. They just want to know what's going on with Jennifer.
Yeah.
Right? You know.
Well,
because I force
who can blame them?
Right. See, there it is. Because I forced you in front of the camera several times.
I have to hold the camera.
Hold the camera. We'll talk about that. But this is, just the other day, it's 14 years of the show.
Yep.
And we've been together 15 years. And but we're going to get to how that all started and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you've been a big part of it. You've been a huge part of it. See, I get emotional too. But let's go back to the beginning, like I do with all my guests. You're from Forest.
Yes.
Yeah. And how was that growing up on a farm?
Great.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
What was great about?
You make your own fun. It was, well, in the summertime, it was like you get up, had breakfast, and then it's go play, go. And so you made your own fun outside. So
yeah,
we bike rides, making forts, making ramps to jump our bikes, the kittens in the barn. So you know that, and then in between there, Dad would put us to work with some child labor and
right, picking up stones.
But it wasn't just that too. It was like when we built the farm, we had to help like we put together bins and
right.
And
we'll talk about that because before you get too deep into that, hon, the building of the farm. Like your parents came here. Did they come here together or they met here?
No, they met here.
Yeah.
So
Dutch background.
Yep, both my parents are immigrants from Holland. My mom's family, she's one of 8, and they immigrated and they lived in Dublin, Mitchell. Nobody knows where Dublin is, so
yeah, I do now.
Yeah,
that's just
Dublin, Mitchell area is where the home farm was in Mitchell,
right,
or in Dublin, I mean, and then most of her family's all like Stratford, Mitchell, Seaforth, all that way.
Yeah.
And then my dad's side, they came. They initially came to Chatham area, and then they got the farm, which. The home farm, which is the farm that my dad had. Yeah. That my dad got from my grandpa.
Right.
So.
And then, of course, he's got brothers and sisters,
yep.
and your mom's side, like it's a big Dutch family.
Yeah, Dad was one of 6.
Yeah.
So.
You don't hear that anymore.
I have 70-ish first cousins.
Yeah. I know.
And I know all their names.
She does. I've been around 15 years, and I still have trouble remembering everybody.
Yeah. Yes.
But I mean, you know,
and it's very much like my dad's side of the family. I'm kind of in the middle of all those cousins, but on my mom's side of the family, I'm more the younger. I have first cousins that are in their 60s.
Yeah, right. That's weird. Right?
Yeah, and that's because, well, my oldest uncle just passed away, and he was 90.
Yeah.
So.
I know, right? That was Uncle Joe, right?
No.
Or Uncle
Harry.
Harry, right? Yeah.
Yep.
See, I still get them all mixed up.
Yeah.
But
no, we just had Uncle Joe's birthday.
Right, Uncle Joe's birthday.
Yeah.
That's why Leanna's really good. The sister-in-law, the one sister-in-law. She I sit near her at family reunions because she remembers everybody.
Yeah. Right? She's been around long enough.
She has. I should know by now. She gets after me and she says, "What you should know by now." But I mean, family. But I mean, growing up, you helped build the farm, and
Yeah.
And
So the farm was my grandfather's,
Yeah.
and then it was just the house and 100-acre field, and then there was a couple of barns and sheds. They used to have pigs and cattle and cash crop, and then the animals, I think, wasn't a big thing. And then when Grandma and Grandpa went off the farm, then my mom and dad were moved in, and then my dad turned it into a grain elevator.
Yeah.
So we built.
So for those who don't know.
I say we built. He built.
Right.
If he did all of it himself.
Yeah.
Like there was tanks. There's still overhead bins there that he built.
Yeah.
He welded them together.
Yeah.
There's bins in that yard that I helped build because I had to
be. Well, a lot of family helped, I think, didn't they?
We all. Not so much my sister as much, but my brothers and I, we would have to go outside and hold the bolt on the inside, and Dad would be on the outside with the air gun. And
yeah, but I mean cousins too. And was there a lot of that around?
No. Well, yeah, with picking stones, and they were around, but they didn't help build that.
Yeah.
No.
There was a lot of different pieces that brought it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You say not your sister. We're picking on you, Mary Ann, if you're watching this. What was she doing?
Reading
and learning, becoming educated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So you have two brothers and a sister besides you. So you're the youngest.
I'm the youngest of four.
And so the baby, right? And what was that like having two other brothers? Did you fight with them, or did you fight with the sister, or did everybody?
Well,
get along?
I tried to hang out with my sister, but she was 5.5 years older than me, so
she's like, yeah, go over.
She's like, I don't want to play with you. You're like, maybe when I was really young, because then it was like
cute.
You see pictures of her, lugging me around because I was a baby.
Yeah.
But then once I got to be annoying, I know I wanted to play with her Barbie dolls or whatever it was. It was like, go away.
Yeah.
So then I started playing with the boys, and so that's how I kind of got into playing.
Did you get roughhousing with them?
Yes.
Yeah. She's still tough.
I'm still tough, yes.
I don't fight her at all.
Yeah.
Because I just can't win.
I'm strong for no reason. No, I'm strong for good reasons. We used to pick stones, and when I say pick stones, the farm where we lived is on the ridge. So that means that it used to be the water was up to that farm at some point.
Oh,
so there's rocks
now
and more rocks and more rocks.
Understood that.
So every time in the spring, all these rocks come up, and it was a game that who can lift the biggest rock. Here I am at 12 years old, and I'd be like, I'm picking up that rock, and it'd be a 100-pound rock. I'd pick it up.
And you're strong still now.
So,
I know.
And it's silly that it's muscle memory or whatever it is, because I can still pick up heavy things, and I shouldn't be able to.
And you're very competitive.
Very.
And that's honestly in the family.
Yes.
I think mostly on the Moon side.
Yes.
That's fair to say. I'll never forget my first family reunion we weren't married yet. I remember going, I think it was
volleyball.
It was volleyball.
Yeah.
It was Martha and Dick's place, right?
Yep.
And they had a swimming
was
pool.
cutthroat.
And there was behind the neighbor's yard, actually.
Yep.
And they said, yeah, sure, go ahead. You would never, you guys were out to get each other.
Yes.
There was and rough.
It's who can win.
I was like, and they're like, hey, you want to play? And I'm like, I'm good right here. Just not the sports guy anyway.
Yeah.
But and it's continued on. And it's like sometimes the silliest thing.
I know.
It's like who can skip the rock?
Do you not remember we had at the last Christmas party we played a board game, and it turned into chaos, and I was like, this is fun. And the thing is I looked around, and I was thinking, this is fun, and I looked around, and I can see my cousins in the circle of what we're playing, and they're just as competitive as I am.
I don't play.
Yeah.
I just watch. Maybe I could be a commentator at one of the family reunions. No. And there's Jennifer. She's still going to make her move and popping up. And, right? So, all right. And then school, you had a good time at school? Pardon me.
Elementary school was okay.
Yeah.
I was not the cool kid.
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yeah, the cool kid. You're cool.
I wasn't the cool kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how it is. There's the cool kids and
There's the
the
groups,
cool.
cliques.
There's the cliques, especially in elementary school, and
Yeah.
I wasn't part of that. And then I didn't academically. I was a straight C student, even though I always felt like I was smarter. I am smarter than that, but I don't know what it was with elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't.
I was the same way.
I didn't do well, and the only thing I was good at was music.
Oh, yeah.
Which the school I went to, we had music program, so I learned to play trumpet.
Yeah.
In grade 5, and for all 4 years, I was the only person to ever get the music award 4 years in a row.
Wow.
Because I was good at it,
Right.
and I was great at that. And then when I went to high school, I actually skipped grade 9 music and went straight to grade 10 because I was beyond that.
You're just so smart. Honey.
Yeah, but then when I got to high school, I was getting my first semester. I was A+ across the board. So
Yeah. What changed?
What changed? The style of teaching, maybe. I don't know. The independence. I don't know. I just did a lot better. High school was more my thing. I still wasn't the cool kid, but at least at high school, I had my big brother Everett.
Right.
And he was a big boy, so nobody messed with me.
Right.
And then my brother Jack was the cool kid, so I in turn was the cool kid's sister, so nobody bugged me, So
And Mary Ann, she was already gone by the time you
when
got
I started
there, right?
high school. Yeah. So, yeah, and then I had a really big group of friends in high school that I'm still good friends with 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun for me to watch you because I mean, most of the time it's my face out there and a lot of stuff going on are coming at me. And so when I see you, like you play pool now, you have for years, and you got your new business, Bestie Blends, with your friend Helen. And when I see you with your girlfriends that you talk about, like it's just, I get to just sit in the background and just watch. And you guys are so funny. And you pick on each other, you laugh at each other, you cry with each other. There's all of that stuff, right?
Yep.
How cool is that to be able to have that circle of friends that you had back then, but still have that?
Super cool.
Yeah.
And it's nice because none of them live nearby. Like they all live, like Dutton, St. Mary's, Sweeburg, and London, and Arkona. So like. That's not nearby, and if we want to get together or whatever, it takes commitment to get together, an effort.
You guys do it at least a couple times a year.
Yes, and it's also, I feel like we get together and it's like we just pick right up from where we left off, which I like that. And I can say I've known them long enough. I can say whatever. It doesn't matter what I say.
Yeah.
And there's no judgment. They're like, you're true friends, right?
And you're a cool kid to them.
Yeah. I'm fun.
Right? You are. Even at the most inconvenient times often, but you are fun. Honey.
It's funny. I ran into somebody from high school who was a cool kid, and I was not. And she's like, "Why weren't we friends in high school?" And I looked at her. I'm like, I don't know, because I was fun. You guys missed out because I was fun.
Well, we do a lot of judging in school when we're young. We're judging by the clothes we wear and the size of our bodies. And I remember for me in the 80s in high school, it was like even down to the cigarette that you smoked, which brand you were smoking, whether you were cool or not.
I remember having my Varney. Remember Varney? Varney, Beaver Canoe and Varney shirts.
Oh, Beaver Canoe, I remember, yeah.
Varney shirts were these ones that had this thing that came down. And it was like, I just wanted to be like everybody else. And Mom finally got me a Varney shirt. I friggin' wore that thing.
Every day.
As much as I possibly could without people realizing I was wearing it more than once a week. And my Beaver Canoe shirt, too, because I was just like,
Beaver Canoe, I remember, yeah. And, so it's funny for you and I because, like, I'm the older one. There's like 8.5 years difference between you and I, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of times we talk 80 stuff, whatever you remember, but then there's certain things sometimes we talk about. It's like, no, don't know that one, right?
Yeah.
But We'll get to how we met, but we're coming to that. But first,
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about, you come out of high school, and then you made a choice. You made a decision to get into the dental field
Mm-hmm.
instead of,
Radiology.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. At the time I just had dental in my brain. I did pre-health science at college at Fanshawe, and then I applied for radiology, ultrasonography, and dental assisting. And I I had it in my head that I wanted to do dental assisting, and I was approved. I got into radiology and dental assisting.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I think to myself, why did I ever do that? Because in dental, there's no pension, there's none of that stuff. Where if I had done radiology, I would have already been probably close to retirement from the hospital,
maybe
with a pension.
Yeah.
So that's.
But it's one of those things like,
Mm-hmm.
if you got a choice to go to Harvard or I don't know, UCLA or something, two big prominent schools, and you went to Harvard instead of this one, and then things didn't quite go the way you wanted, you're like, God, if I'd have just went to here instead, it would have been better. But you don't really know that.
No.
I mean, maybe.
And everything else in your life would be different now too if I had done that.
You wouldn't have met me.
100% I wouldn't have. No.
Because you were married.
I'd probably still be living in London.
Yeah, because you did so you grew out of dental school and got a job, and then you got married.
Yep.
You were married for 5 years.
Yep.
And then for multiple reasons that just didn't work out.
Yep. Well, things were not great, and then we moved here to Sarnia for a job for him, and that was a big jump for me because I was actually at an office that I had been at for 8 years.
And you really enjoyed it.
I haven't been living in London for 17 years, and I can still stop in there.
Yeah.
And have a visit with the doctor. I had a real good relationship with them.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to leave. But I also thought to myself, I knew things were not great, and I knew that if I was in Sarnia, it was closer to Forest, which is where my family is.
So closer to home.
More support close by, and also at the time my dad was sick, so I was
right.
I kind of wanted to be closer to home.
What was he dealing with?
He had bowel cancer at that point.
Yeah.
So that was I kind of wanted to be around for that.
Let's talk about your dad.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Because he's had several health
9 lives. He had 9 lives. Yes.
Yeah, because he was 14 or something when he had.
So when he was 14, he had a big brain tumor that came out of his face, and he was in the hospital for 2 years, and they fried the hell out of him, and with radiation and cobalt treatments.
And that's back in
1956, I think, is the date.
Right.
And which they didn't really know what the hell they were doing, really, because they didn't have CTs, 3-dimensional scans, or anything like that. They were just, And he
survived it.
And and you talk to people now that knew him, knew the family, and they're like, he was supposed to be a goner. He should have been then, but he didn't. Somehow he pushed through, and he lived and managed to be married and have healthy children, even though they fried the heck out of him.
Yeah.
To be fried when you're hitting puberty at 14, it's pretty crazy.
And then building the farm and growing a family, and we've talked about that. But then later in life again, he would deal with some more health issues.
Yeah. So he so the brain thing happened when he was young, and then in his 50s he had some heart stuff, and then I don't know what happened. That just it got better, or I don't know. He was feeling great. Nothing. We weren't worrying about it. And then in his 60s was when he got bowel cancer, and then so that he had to. Luckily, that they caught it super early, so that we were able to. He didn't have to have radiation and chemo and all that stuff for it, but he did have to have a bag temporarily while things healed up. Once they removed the piece that had cancer, so that was a couple of years of that, And then everything was really good for him for quite a long time. He was on the farm working until he was 81. So
I know, right?
still climbing silos and
I
all
know.
that at
I remember
81.
being there one day and he was climbing. I'm like, we're driving away, and I'm like, don't look.
Yeah.
Well, because so let's talk about.
Well, that was his thing, is that he always said he wanted to go off the farm in a casket.
Yeah. Well, what else did he know, right?
Nothing.
And but he loved it. One of the things I remember that he did was he had old tractors. He bought several old tractors.
He told me not long before. He said, Jennifer, he goes, I get up at 5 a.m. and I'm excited to go outside and do my job.
Yeah.
That was at 80 years old. He was telling me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's like a life goal.
Well,
right?
because some people, we just want to work so we can be done with it and do stuff.
No,
he just wanted to keep
loved
going.
It.
Yeah, he did.
Loved being outside. Loved working on whatever project he had in mind. He'd dream up these things and then he'd build them.
Yeah.
Like
he was a super handy guy.
And he'd think up things that sometimes even truckers and stuff would look at it and go, "What is that?" Like,
yeah,
that's smart. That's a good idea, Like,
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he was.
And then your mom, of course, in all of this, she
was his right hand man.
Yeah,
yeah.
But she was the hand that raised you, kind of thing.
Yep.
I mean, Dad certainly did his part.
Oh, he was, yes.
But she worked on the farm and worked with you kids.
She was pretty much stay at home until we got all school age, and then she worked. She worked for a greenhouse in Thedford, which was friends of our family as well. And yeah, she did. She worked at the army camp at one point as a cook. She had. Once we were in high school and elementary school, she started working during school hours just to, I think, just to get away from the house and Dad.
Well,
a little extra money,
right?
All that stuff.
Yeah.
And then
the word family comes in to conversation so far here, and when you and I talk about daily, I don't think there's a day goes by where the word family doesn't come into our conversations, and that's obviously really, really important to you. Has been. It was always it was important to me, but I didn't implement it the way
I do.
Until you came into
my
life.
My mom always was very much about making sure we go to family reunions and go to events and be there for people and
funerals
all that stuff.
And
I don't miss things. I go to things.
You do.
Because you just don't know what could be tomorrow. And I don't want to, like we had a family reunion last year, and not long after that family reunion, like 2 people were gone.
Yeah. And
the one for sure I had a great conversation with. So I was like, I'm really glad I was there. I'm really glad I had that conversation.
And this year we had, you had a family reunion that you ended up missing because we had an event that we had already planned a year in advance, and that's one of those examples where Jenny Moons was there for David. And we had several conversations over that. It was like
I had a hard time.
Yeah, but I was like,
because I don't miss.
Well, that's why I said you go. I'll find somebody else, but then you feel bad because you're not helping me, and that's who you are. But and you made that decision to be there, and. But I've always been grateful that you implemented that more in me, because before my mom passed and my dad passed, and I spent more time with them, probably when I wouldn't have as much.
Yep.
Not for any reason other than I was just doing life.
It even comes back to our wedding.
Yep. That was. I'm so glad you talked me into that, because I wanted to elope.
Yep.
Because we'd both been married before, and it was like. For me, I was like, I might a lot of my dad in me, I guess. I go like, hey, whatever, And then you were like, yeah, but you don't know how much time. And boy, and my
time is precious.
Yeah, I say that, and we all say that, but I don't know we all practice it the way you do.
Yep.
It's important.
Yep.
And I remember like my dad and my mom being there, and they hadn't been together themselves. Like I don't think they'd seen each other in 40 years, 35 years, right? And I remember my dad actually going, "Is that your mom?" And then
Yeah.
go and talk to my mom, and she'd say, "Is that your
Is
dad?"
that your dad?
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm glad. What a beautiful day that was we had,
Yep.
honey. And we got married in the backyard, one of the backyards of Marshall Golden Manor where Mom was at.
Mm-hmm.
And who knew they had a beautiful garden and a pond and everything there. And
Pergola.
we just,
Yeah,
right?
it's
And we had
beautiful
about
back there.
40 people there, immediate family. We had so many people wanted to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We live streamed it.
Yeah.
When live streaming wasn't cool, I hadn't started my live stream business. And then I remember, and I know you remember the day. So life had changed for me pretty quick from being a karaoke guy and being in the bar business, and life goes on, right? And then having a whole lot to a whole lot of nothing overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And then what am I going to do with my life?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, YouTube was kind of a newish thing at the time. Anyway, I just thought, what are my skills? And that's talking and blah, blah, blah. So I started the show.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, Jennifer came home where we lived at the time, and you come all the way down the end of the hallway. Straight at the end of the hallway was the bathroom. And then just before the bathroom to the right was our bedroom. And she came in and was like, "Can't talk, I gotta go to the bathroom." She ran down the hall, did her thing, and then come out and went into the bedroom to change. And then she come out and you were like, "Why is there a camera in our bedroom pointed at our bed?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, I'm starting the show." So what I had done was I'd gone out and bought a Sony Handycam, which I still have, and a tripod, and I went and bought a green Bristol board that was on the wall in the bedroom.
And he had like 3 lamps.
Yeah, there were 3, like the tall lamps, whatever, leaning all over the place,
Yeah.
and wires everywhere. And I was like, "Well, I'm starting a show." And you're like, "What kind of show?" So we talked about
Not
it.
that kind.
And but I'll never forget, because I mean that's a true story. That's what makes it even more funny. But I'll never forget, you looked at me and you said, "So, do you know exactly how you're going to do this?" And I said, "Nope." And your reply was, "All right." Like you didn't question it.
Yeah.
You were just there.
Because I knew you at that point that you were not what the word I'm looking for is floundering, but sort of like, I don't know how to
Fumbling around trying to figure out
what to do next.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen you looking excited about anything, and I feel like when you told me what you were doing and you were kind of like, I'm like, okay, well, I'll let him feed into this for a while and see how it goes. Like, see how it goes.
Well, I was excited, right?
Yeah.
At the time, I was happy and thrilled.
You hadn't been excited about anything for a little while. So.
No, even it was almost like a quiet gift, the way it all went down, and then turned into that, and then it took a lot of different directions, like interviewing. I remember doing like the MMA, and you hated that. She's like, "Why do these guys get in the room and beat the heck out of each other?"
Yeah, it's not my thing.
But interviewing the players, to being in the ring, doing the announcing and all this, just everything that I love doing, right? And 14 years later, was there ever, celebrating that 14 years now, was there ever a time you thought, and just be honest,
Gotta be honest?
I wish he would
Oh,
stop
100%.
doing it. Yeah. Why?
Because there was a lot of struggle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of struggle.
You carried the financial burden for a good 3 years.
And I just was like, God, can he at least just get something that will give us...
Just get a job.
Get a job. But I was patient.
Yes, you were.
Supportive.
Loving.
Like a wife's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Very patient. You still are at a lot of things.
Yep.
Because I get Mr. Grumpy Pants on. And she's just like, "All right, well, when you're ready, I'll be over here," kind of thing, or you go down in your studio and lock yourself in there, or right. And then, but you stuck through it. And why did you keep supporting? Why, like, not just because that's what a wife's supposed to do, but like, did you see something in it all?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. You know me. I trust you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to tell you that, and that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
And,
No, it's true.
you know, or something.
You're my board of directors.
Sometimes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't always like what she tells
No.
me when I ask.
And he also knows to when I have a vibe that he should listen to it.
Yeah. I learned that the hard way a couple of times.
More than a couple of times, where I was like,
You think you'd learn, eh?
I don't know about that person, and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, they're great, and like, nope, something's making my spidey senses go off,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
He knows to trust me now.
But you know, but that's building on a relationship too.
Mm.
While I was building a business, and you know, and I was building a business that really wasn't. It's not a normal business type. It's not a normal business model, and nobody around here was doing that kind of thing. There's some around now, I think, the different shows and stuff. But that was at a time was like, what is he doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I keep episode 1 of the show online on YouTube, a reminder of where you got to start, but where you can get to, right? Mm-hmm. And I know, and you know, like I love this community. Mm-hmm. I really do. I get frustrated with it sometimes, but I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a really good place to live. And you know, we've made a good home here and everything, and but it's not all fun and roses, right?
No.
What would you say has been the toughest part of, like, when we're talking about the show and then also mixing our marriage into that?
Sometimes privacy.
Yeah.
You know, I even think about, we went on a trip one time, you and I, and this one trip in particular, I told him he wasn't allowed because it was close to COVID time. And I said, you are not allowed to take pictures or post them. And it was like torture for you. But there was a part of me that it was like, oh my gosh, this was so nice, because it was just you and me. Just you and me, and we're not sharing it with everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fun to share it with everybody, because when you see cool things, it's like, man, I gotta show people that. Like, that's cool. Like the one we just had. Like,
yeah, Atlantis.
Yeah, like that.
But we try to do it, and you know, with good intention. We're not trying to show off or anything.
No.
It's more of like, and then from my side of as the motivator guy that I got into in the last few years is showing people what's possible. Mm-hmm. If they, would you say that our mindset. You know, you talk about the public, like, you know, it's everywhere we go and somebody says hi, and then people even come into your work and they talk, oh, you're Jennifer. Oh, and right.
It just happened 2 days ago again.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny.
It happens
Starting
on a
to
regular.
famous.
Yeah. You're married to David Burrows. Oh my God, yes. You guys are married? Yeah.
What's that like? I mean, I'm not looking to stroke my own ego, but I mean,
what's that like?
There's a big public thing that comes along with what I do.
Well, because there's a part of me that goes, is this a good question? Good question or a bad question? I'm like, are they
I gotta
saying,
pass.
oh, what the hell? What is she thinking? Or are they going, wow, you're like, I don't know.
Well, because in the beginning, I remember, like, I was doing the karaoke, and you were like, ooh. And I'm like, ooh, and he can sing too. You were all like, yeah, because we met.
Yeah.
I chased her, I'll admit.
He did.
But you thought it was pretty cool in the beginning, right?
I think that was part of the attraction for you.
Yeah.
Is that because I wasn't from here?
She didn't know me.
I didn't know who he was.
I was like, right,
but everybody else knew.
Thank goodness.
Everybody else knew who he was.
Yeah.
So then, like, when he went up and sang, I was like, oh, all right, I like that. But everybody else wasn't surprised because they had heard you sing a million times. So yeah.
And here we are. 15 years later.
Yeah.
You believe that? Like,
just like that.
Like show 14, us 15.
Yeah. We were married 8.
I know.
That. Because it's so vivid. It's that day, it's just vivid. I think about that day, and it's just, I'm like, yeah, this is what I did that day.
Yeah.
Yep. And you had one job and you couldn't do it.
I know. I forgot the coffee. But our friends at Blackwater saved us. We pulled right up, stopped traffic downtown, ran in and said, I need it. And he goes, what time? I said, 5 o'clock. And we got there and they had it.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it helps.
Dave saved your bacon.
Sometimes it helps to know people.
Yes.
It's nice to know David Burrows can get the job done.
And honestly, we've experienced lots of things together that because of what you do.
Yeah.
So we've gotten to go to a lot of events and
cool events,
concerts and galas.
She loves it when I'm covering Big Rec.
I love Big Rec. Yeah, I think I've seen them 5 times now.
Right, at least.
Yeah.
I never had to buy a ticket.
No, even better because I'm cheap as cheap.
Yeah, she's my little birdie.
Yeah,
cheap,
frugal.
You love music. You talked about the trumpet and everything. Let's shift gears more back to you again.
Yeah.
You're singing in a band now called Squirrel. Very fitting name, by the way. You've been you were practicing for the longest time, and then this past June, you guys had kind of your debut at the Car Bar.
Yep.
Lots of people there.
Yep.
You were nervous as heck.
Oh yeah.
And I think why?
Because I'm not super comfortable in my own skin. I don't like people looking at me. I don't know. I get just because I think people are gonna.
See, I just
I already know. I'm looking at here and going, oh, look what they're looking at. Like that's what I.
Yeah.
That's what goes through my head. So to stand on a stage with a microphone and have to sing, is a different.
You nailed it.
My God, my knees were knocking. Like
I know they were. But you had the rock star outfit on and everything. You're like, what's this like? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm with the leader of the band.
Whatever.
The singer of the band. But you pulled it off.
But we have a lot of fun. Me and the guys.
Yeah, you do. And
I like the when we first were trying to come up with a name for the band, they had come up with Jenny and they had a couple of different ideas. Jenny and the Jets, or I don't know. They had a bunch of different ideas, and then I was like, every time we do practices, it was like we'd sing a song, and then the song would be over, and then the drummer and the guitar would take off on this thing, and I'm like, and they're playing something completely different, and they go off and do that, and then I'm like, and I'd stand there, and I'd be like, squirrel, right? So then after that happened, I don't know how many times I finally said, why aren't we calling this Squirrel? Because it's not just that, it's also the songs we're doing. Like we're really, our repertoire is very
all over the place.
It's a whole lot of like
from Journey to Judas Priest, like
it's hard and rough.
Iron Maiden, and then Walking on Sunshine.
Yeah, it's like we're doing a whole lot of it, all of it, and
that's cool.
And it's fun. Well, that makes it more fun.
Well, it makes it unique too, because a lot of bands you can hear them say.
And our thing too is that we want to play songs that people know, but they're not. It's the song you hear and go, I forgot about that song, and that song's great, but it's just not a mainstream popular song or overplayed. Like, Don't Stop Believing, which I hate.
Love that song.
It's so overdone.
I know, right? But it sells.
It does.
One of my favorite things about you is, ever since we've been together, you always sang. You sang around the house before we lived where we do now, and around the house. I could be downstairs or anywhere, and all of a sudden, I just hear Jennifer singing. La, la, la. You were doing it just testing the microphone.
Yeah, it was.
You were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm like, oh boy, she just sings all the time, right? And then now it's funny because my bedroom's right above her office studio behind us, this wall, and I just get closing my eyes and she's practicing for the band, and I'm like, oh, singing Quiet Riot or something, and I'm like, there she goes. Like, it's just a part of our house that you sing. So when you told me you were going to sing in the band, I was like, yes, right on. Yeah. So you're rocking that.
Yep.
You're a pool player.
Yep. You've
been doing that for about 12 years now, I think. Maybe,
yeah, something like that. Yep.
And you started out having some fun, and then you built and built and built, and you're I'll brag for her. She's one of the top female players in the area.
Yeah, there's a handful.
You won first, yeah. Well, your team. I mean, you got Christine in there.
My team's strong.
Cassandra and Chantel, right?
Yep.
And then, some others one year she was playing 3 nights a week. I didn't see my wife for a while.
No, that was a lot.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then, what is it about pool? Oh, my calendar. Oh, okay. Alexa, stop. Every woman in my life's telling me what to do somewhere. What is it about the pool? Like, I've watched you play and I've watched you progress, and I was a part of that world long before we even met, like observing, seen a lot of players. I actually get teased because my ex-wife, she was a really good player, and all the guys always tease me. They're like, every girl you've been married to is way better than you.
Yeah.
Right? But what is it about the pool that you love so much?
Well, I already have that competitive nature in me.
Yeah, but
so I love winning. But I don't know, when I started, I grew up with a pool table at home, a snooker table. But we just banged balls around. Like, there was no skill to that. We just hitting the ball as hard as we could and hoped to win in the pocket. Where now it's very much, I know what my next shot is. I know where the cue ball is going.
There's something you're not nailing that I thought maybe you would want to ask the question.
What's that?
There's a particular person you just love to win against. You just love to win against guys.
Yes, I love to win.
Just especially like, why?
I don't know, because I think it's because it's that whole unexpected thing, ego thing with guys.
Guys have egos?
and that they see a girl and think, oh, it's a girl. But then, like, I love getting up there and then breaking it so hard that they're like, it goes like when a man does it, and they're all like, it's usually, especially if you have somebody you haven't played before or has never really seen you play, and you do that, it's like,
are you a good winner?
I'm better than I was.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that much. Wow.
Yeah.
When I
had last season. I had an ERO. So
you ran the balls out.
You ran the ball. Well, you break and run basically, and win. And there's just something like I want that to happen more in my life, because it's just it is just. There's nothing better. And that sounds so horrible. It's nothing better than doing it and having it all work out the way you think it's going to go, and then you put that last ball over, and then you go over and shake their hand.
What she really wants to say is, well,
I don't know. Anyway,
your teammates have encouraged you to become a little bit of a better winner at times.
Well, they know too that
they know, right? They
because I get excited and I try to contain, and so when I make a shot that a shot that I know I can do, and then it works out.
Yeah.
They said to me, they're like, every time it's like I always look at them for validation. Like I do it, and then I look at them, and they're like laughing because they see me kind of like, because I'm like so excited, but I needed them to know that they were looking. Like it's so silly.
You're like the little kid. Did you see the shot
I just made? Oh my God.
Right.
It's true.
All the interviews I do, I don't know wherever, there's so many different directions we could take this, right? And I want to get to the motorcycle riding, and I want to get to becoming a mom, basically, when we got together. But before we don't, I want to talk about your dad. Because mom and dad, they've worked hard all their life and loved you and old school and whatever, and it's the joke in the family that she was the favorite, because every year, even from the time I knew I was in, when I got the $100 bill at Christmas, because he would give all the adults and their spouses a $100 bill, and you would get 101.
And later it was 102.
102, because you said, Dad, inflation.
Well, it happened one year that suddenly he put a toonie in mine and a loonie in one of my siblings. I can't remember who.
Right.
And that was a funny Christmas, because it was like,
They opened theirs first,
and they got
you were
101, and then I was like,
you were upset. You were like, "What?"
But I had a toonie.
But then, I got the toonie, and there was the bad winner. I got a toonie. You did.
Yeah, see, I am his favorite.
Right. Yes, right.
Yeah.
And that's why losing your dad back in February, it's been tough. Like I'm so grateful that one of the things I love about being married to you also is that I have a relationship with your family.
Yep.
Each individually too.
Yep.
And I enjoy, like I'll go out to Forest or whatever on the bike and
go see mom.
And I've stopped and had some great conversations with your brother Everett at Forest Agri Services, just popping in, and he'll say, he's funny because he'll say,
"What do you want?
What do I want?" Or I only got a few minutes, and then I'm there for an hour and a half talking. Right?
I got busy, and then
we get talking business and stuff, and I've got a really nice, unique relationship with everybody. But your dad, he had a hard time calling me son-in-law because he thought I was too old for it. So he'd say, "You're more like a brother-in-law," and I'm like, "Oh, that's." No. And he,
Fred and George.
Yeah, he called me George. I called him Fred.
Mm-hmm.
We we really had a unique thing, him and I. I was always grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But you were definitely, sorry to the rest of the family, you were definitely the favorite, right? What's one of the things that you really, if there's a memory along the way that really stands out for you, what would that be? Take your time. I know it was important for you to talk about your dad in this. You always, I know you mentioned a lot of fishing, but that's why you hate fish now.
Yeah. I jokingly always said I was the son he never had. Yeah. Even though we had two sons. And that was, I don't know, like, my brothers weren't into going fishing. It wasn't their thing. They weren't into that kind of stuff. And I liked going fishing with Dad. It was fun. Mm-hmm. He'd get excited he'd get excited and I'd get excited. And it was, I'd be like, "Hey, you want to go fishing?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, you go find some worms and then we can go fishing." So I had all these places in the farmyard that I knew if I dug, I'd find some.
Right.
So that's what I did. And then we'd go fishing. There was a pond not just up the road that was full of bass. And and then we'd go fishing. And then
you'd eat the fish, right?
Yes.
Because you were, the family was poor at that point, too, right?
That point, yes, when we were younger.
I'm going to forget, like, going on a date with you one time, and you're like, "No fish." And I'm like, "What's wrong with you? What do you mean no fish?"
Well, we ate bass out of a pond.
Right, every day.
Not every day, but...
No, a lot.
Yeah.
You were eating mud.
Yeah. Anyway, there was that, and the casino.
Oh, yeah, he loved going to the casino. Your mom does, too.
Yeah.
But that was definitely his thing.
Yeah, and when we went together...
And it's yours, too, right?
When we went together, he liked going the same reason I like going. For me, it's a place I can go where I can shut my brain off.
Yeah.
And
escape reality.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of those things. That's my thing that I like to do. I just zone out. I'm in my own world. You know it. You laugh at me and stuff when we walk in, where you're like, "Oh my God!"
I'm trying to talk to her about
flashing lights
as we're walking in, because it's the moment that I thought I was busy, and my time. And then as soon as the flashy things go off, I'm talking, and she's like, "All right." So I'm like, "Did you hear anything?" "No, honey. I'll see you later. Okay."
Yeah. It's just my
I get
thing.
It. We all got our place.
And when him and I used to go together, we really had a fun time.
Yeah, you did.
And he'd always like to hear about my stories.
Yeah, like if you won big or something, or I got down to 48 cents, Dad, and then I won.
He liked hearing any of my stories.
Yeah, he did.
Like even when I talked to him about pool, I'm like, "Hey, Dad, I beat this guy the other day," and he loved listening to my stories.
Yeah, he had a lot of stories that, like for me.
But that wasn't just me though. Like and I think about that in hindsight. I feel like for all four of us, he always took the time to listen.
Yes. I know for me, because I'd already lost my dad a few years ago. I think maybe it's 5 years now, right? And so for me, he was kind of like we were buddies, but he was kind of a dad thing too.
Yeah.
Because he'd always ask me, he'd say, how you doing, George? I said, oh, pretty good, Fred. He'd always say, how's business? Mm-hmm. And I remember one of the first times he asked me that. And he said, how's business? I said, really good. He goes, okay, good. He goes, I really don't have a clue what you do exactly, but if you're doing good and are you doing what you like? I said, I love what I do. He goes, right on. That's key to it all, right? And then I remember early, we weren't married yet. We were, I think it was in Huntsville at a wedding. And he sat me down and started telling me numbers and everything to the money. And I'm like, I've only been around here. What are you telling me all this for? And he's like, I miss him too. We had great conversations. He taught me a lot of things. And then once in a while, one of the advantages that I had was that I could slap him around a little bit once in a while too. I could say, what are you doing that for? Mm-hmm. or what, what about this? Or I'll never forget, saying
especially in those last couple of years.
Yeah, because everybody's telling, I kept telling you guys, leave him alone. And I said, how you doing? He goes, oh, pretty good. He said, he's sick and tired of everybody telling you what to do. Oh, I wish they'd all just...
yeah.
Right. But he, I'm so grateful to have known him. And I know it's still tough for you. And does it get easier? I don't know if it's just... if it gets easier, if you just find a way to cope with it, right? It's tough. That's tough. Thanks for sharing, because I know that's important to you. And that's family, right? That's a big piece of it. When you and I met, and we were together probably a good 9 months, dating and hanging out, and before we finally had the conversation of where's this going. Mm-hmm. And you were like, where's this going? Because if it's marriage isn't in there,
you're not getting the milk for free.
Right. Well, yeah. No, but we had a serious conversation.
Yeah.
And it was a good one, right? We did. But one of the things that you had to come in to deal with was children. Yep. Because you don't have any children of your own. We don't have any children together. Yep. And I had two that are young. I mean, they're grown now, right? 25.
They were young.
27.
Jason was 9.
Right. Yeah. And how was that for you, deciding like, okay, here I'm with this guy, this entertainer guy, and now we're doing this show thing that I don't understand, and he's got 2 young kids. What am I? Did you ever go, what am I doing here?
Oh.
Did you just go, that's kids. A part of it? Yeah.
I like kids. And yeah, I think about, I still was able to influence and love. Yep. All those things, right? Yep. So.
You just knew that was
the yesterday the adult son came here. I'm the one who texted him and said, "Hey, come for breakfast." And then he comes and like, "Can you cut my hair, Jen?" And then that one gives me a hug, and
I love that I could die tomorrow, and I know that you and Jason would still have a relationship. Yeah. It's important, right? And we just had all those conversations, even the hard ones. Yep. Especially the money one. We really had to talk a lot. We still talk a lot about that because things change so much, right? Because I'm not a 9-to-5er, right? Mm-hmm. So.
And I'm more of a saver and you're more of a spender.
Yep, definitely. Spend it now. What are you holding on to it for? Well, because, I know. It's a good balance, though, I think, right, between the two
Mostly.
of us. Mostly. When I listen is what you're trying to say. And then motorcycles. We get into motorcycles. That's the one thing I remember. Oh, your dad did not like you riding a motorcycle. No. He used to give you a hard time when you got your first motorcycle. And I remember I had to say to him, I said, you got to stop that. Like, that's really bothering her. This is something she's really wanted for a long time. But he didn't like it for the danger.
Yep.
And
And then 3 weeks after.
3 weeks after Inch tried to kill me. Yeah.
We had an accident. And I shattered my leg.
Yeah.
So that was a bad start to it, but I got back on, and
You did.
now I have a bigger bike.
So proud that you got back on,
And
because
like
you weren't gonna.
this year we rode to the other side of Chicago and back
I know.
on a 6-lane highway in
I know.
Indiana.
I
Oh
was
my
so
God.
proud of you. That was great. Because I've been out to the East Coast and
Yep.
Thunder Bay, and those are long trips.
Yep.
But that was, we do enjoy our motorcycles.
Yep.
We're pretty lucky too, I think, for the most part. Well, for me, I know I can get out during the week, but I mean, we've done some pretty good riding. What do you love most about the motorcycle?
Oh, I'd love it if it was louder.
Oh, we can work on that.
Yeah.
We can drill some holes in there. So.
Uh,
But I mean, what is the, like, every rider's got, it's freedom, wind therapy, but
you see a lot more,
yeah,
like a lot more
Pay
than
more
you do
attention.
than you do in a car.
yeah.
Like I'm not just talking about traffic and stuff. I mean,
No.
the
Like,
scenery
that,
sometimes.
that house has been there for 50 years,
Right.
and I never knew it was
Or
there.
sometimes, like that one time we were in Aurelia, and came back. We took back roads
Oh,
to
yeah.
come home, and you were riding ahead of me, and we were coming down a hill, and it's like, in my brain, I'm thinking, if I could take a picture right now,
Right.
because it was just like trees and hills and
Yeah.
us going down, and there's like, yeah, and that's happened lots, like where there's a sunset
know,
or
right?
something, and you're like, oh, you just see so much more.
And you got such a cool looking bike.
Yes,
It's a very pretty bike.
thank you.
She was looking for a good year for another bike.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where I was, well, you just pick something, and you were like, nope, it's not the right one.
I needed hard saddlebags that
Yeah.
matched my bike.
I'll never forget, we were lying in bed. I was just, when you're like almost asleep, but you're kind of awake. I was just out there, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, David! And I was like, what? Whoa, what's wrong? And you're like, there it is. And you showed this to me, and it was in St. Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we went down the next day or two.
Next day or so, yeah.
And you got on it. Scott, my brother-in-law, and I, we saw you get on it. And we were like, oh, yeah, that fits her great. And the color and everything was just, you get like 1,000 looks to the mile, eh?
I get people at stoplights that roll
Yeah.
down their window and make comments. Yeah.
Women, a lot of women, eh? They're
Men
like,
too.
oh, I love your bike.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's
Yeah.
definitely a chick bike
Mm-hmm.
as far as color goes, but it is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Good
And,
adventures.
you're alone in your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
when you're riding.
You do notice traffic more, that's for
Oh
sure.
my God.
Right?
People are horrible, horrible drivers anymore.
Yeah.
The amount of people that roll stop signs, I wish every one of them could get on a bike and see what we see every time.
I think the ones for me are the
Horrible.
ones where they're coming up really fast to a stop
And
sign.
you're not sure if they're going
You're
to
like,
stop.
are you going to stop? You
Yep.
don't know if they see you. Yeah. So slow
Yeah.
down. Take it easy.
Yeah.
I've always said, like, if you're late for work, going faster won't get you there on time. Like, you're already late. So just be late. Right? Or, just look around a little more. But yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Bestie Blends.
Bestie Blends.
Let's talk about that and then wrap it up.
As I have a hint of garlic in my nose
I
right
know.
now.
So the recording of this, it's Sunday. This is Monday. This is out now.
Yeah.
I come home from the Sting game. I left 11:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You and Helen and I think Dana was here
Mm-hmm.
at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And I come home from the Sting, and
I was
you were
still
still going, right?
I was still going.
You're an
Yep.
entrepreneur now, and that's something
Yep.
you've always said to me. She said, I'm not you. I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. But now you're an entrepreneur. How does it feel to be an entrepreneur?
Feels good
Yeah.
because I always wanted to do something. I didn't know what.
Mm-hmm. You've had a lot of ideas over the years.
I have had a lot of ideas over the years, but this one was so I'm doing it with my buddy Helen,
Yeah.
who's been my friend since
Hi,
we
Helen.
were 13.
Yeah.
One of those high school buddies,
Right.
and one of those friends that's just been even when high school years and college years and
Mm-hmm.
all those, like I'd say our first till we were 30, we talked all the time, and then she had babies, so
Right. Life changed.
she was busy, but we still texted and stuff, and like we didn't talk as often, but that closeness has never changed.
Well, you've always said you could always pick up where you left off.
And honestly, like with Bestie Blends, like right now, because she lives in Dutton and I live in Sarnia, you know, we have to do a lot of talking on the phone.
A lot.
And I mean, like we talk every day.
Yeah.
And we don't even get tired of talking to each other. It's kind of funny, actually.
That's good.
Because it's like, oh my God, hi, I was just thinking about you. And I thought you were, like, it's the...
I overhear your conversations and
sometimes
I am just roaring laughing like, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It feels effortless. And the thing is that we can rib each other and stuff, and there's no hurt feelings or anything.
Yeah.
You know, I can say what's on my mind, and sometimes I come off harsh. I don't mean to come off harsh. But sometimes I come off harsh, but she knows that's just me, and I get like that sometimes, but I'm not actually being mean or harsh.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is Bestie Blends for those who don't know
Bestie Blends is it's a company that makes dip mixes and rubs and seasonings. We hope to get into some other things later.
So you got like the
similar,
the bloomin' onion. You got dill. Like, what are some of the flavors?
So we got delicious duo. So it's a dill dip. We have a ranch, rockin' ranch. We have a Fiesta Frenzy, and bloomin' onion, and we have a warm dip.
Yeah. So I haven't had that yet.
Oh, it's good.
Okay.
You mix. It's just a dip that you mix. You mix it with cream cheese and regular cheese and put it in a little warmer crock pot, and it's pretty great.
We get to try some?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a sweet dip that we have as well. That's more like it's kind of gingerbready, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this is good. You're having fun with all of this, and but it's a lot of work.
A lot of work. Well, we have a big show coming up next Saturday, so we are...
Yeah, so talk about that. Tell everybody.
So next Saturday, the 15th, we're at DeGroote's Nursery in Sarnia for their Christmas showcase.
Yeah.
And we just know it's going to be busy, so there's a lot to get ready.
I haven't seen... This is the longest I've had my wife for an hour.
Like, I'm probably, when
She's
we're
back
done,
at it.
I'm probably going to go make a few more things before
our home's busy, right? You know, like, I mean, even before you took this on, it was busy with what I do, and then you're playing pool, and you were doing some things, and now we're really busy.
Like this week, I think to myself,
I don't know that
I've got my job, and then like Monday night I got a spare pool. Tuesday I have my job, but then Tuesday night I'll probably be busy doing things. Wednesday I got my job, but then I'm going to go buy spices after my job, and then I got to be back for pool. Then Thursday I have my job, and then I have band practice, and then.
Could you really imagine our life any other way now? Because I know a while back there was like, oh, can we just stop? But I mean, we've been able to travel. We just got back from Atlantis in the Bahamas. Yeah. We've been to New Orleans. We've done a lot of traveling. So as busy as we are, I think we are still good at making the time for each other and the things that we want to do, right?
Yeah.
But there's 24 hours in a day, so why not use them?
Well, it just means that my evenings where I might have been doing something that was not productive, now I'm doing something productive.
Yes.
And when it's something that you're excited about or whatever, it's a little different.
I love it. I love watching you do it.
Yeah.
Because you got to, you kind of go back to like why you supported.
I'm tired now, but
you supported me was you saw my excitement. I see that. I saw that in your pool and then the motorcycle. But I mean, this Bestie Blends, you're really like, you've got plans for that, and I'm congratulations. I'm excited. I'm excited for both you and Helen, and what it can do. Well,
and the thing too for us is, so it started with us going to craft shows and stuff and seeing other things, and we used to always buy the dip mixes and stuff always.
Yeah.
But like a lot of things, like nobody wants the preservatives and the garbage in their food anymore, especially when maybe you don't care when you're in your 20s, but when you get a little older, you kind of go, I don't want to eat that crap. I want to eat something that's, So what we make is all.
It's a healthy dip.
It's just spices. That's all that's in it, and anything that's got salt in it, we've reduced as much as possible because There's no need for it.
So Bestie Blends on Facebook and Instagram. Go check them out. Honey, I got to wrap this up.
Why do you talk so much?
It's a good balance, honey. It's a good balance. Thank you so much for everything you've done.
Did we cover everything?
Well, no, we probably do a 2-hour show, but we'll save it for 14 years from now.
Oh, okay.
Maybe next year. Give me a kiss. I love you. All right. There you go. Jenny Moons. Isn't it great that she's here? And I'm so grateful for everything that you've done and brought into my life. And so you know what I'm going to say now to wrap up, right? Click the love button. Click the share button so we can share Jennifer's story and everybody else I have here on the show. But as always, that's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. We'll see you next time right here on the show. Bye for now. Say bye-bye.
Bye.